Welcome back. This is Northstar with another episode of Pop-Up Dungeon. Now, last episode, I apologize. I wasn't talking as much as I thought it was. I went back and watched the recording. It was a rough day for me. My long COVID did not have me doing great. And at the end of it, after I recorded part 1 of this video, the deadly surprise in the holodeck, I stepped away and laid down for a little for my long COVID migraine. When I came back, I adjusted my glasses, took them off briefly. They caught on the edge of my face, and the spring force, I don't know exactly what's happened. They ended up basically shooting into the corner of my laptop screen, impacted the corner of the laptop screen, and the whole thing went black. I thought I'd killed my laptop somehow with this. It turns out the monitor is broken. I have an external monitor hooked up now, and that's how I'm playing this. I guess I'm going to have to replace the laptop soon, since I doubt it's an easy fix. These laptops are so integrated, and this thing is so old, they'll probably bring it into Best Buy, and they'll say, sorry, we can't fix it, or it'll cost more on the laptop. This is an awkward setup. I have a laptop over one side, the monitor another, but I am doing alright with this game because it's mostly mouse. It's games that are mouse and keyboard that are problematic for me. My Hearts of Iron series, I don't know. I use some of the keyboard hotkeys to do things faster. It's possible to play the game mostly via mouse though, so I may just have to then be a little slower, and it's already painfully slow, so it's going to cause issues in the multiplayer game too. But without further ado, we have run into a mysterious figure here in the holodeck. He has diverted us from the holograph program that we're supposed to be doing. We fought a couple battles now, including a space Abraham Lincoln, and now we think we've exited the holograph. You exit the holograph, and the pieces of the ship fall in to form the adjutant's main hull. Nothing seems out of place, but a sliver of something is caught in the roof of your thoughts. You find your tongue moving in your mouth. Something metallic hangs from your palate. The pull tab of a zipper. Then you hear a noise. Someone else is on the ship. The pull tab of the zipper is, of course, just a little clue. We haven't really re-entered reality yet. In case you haven't figured, but I got another fight till I can even freely navigate. I'm going to be railroaded through a bunch of battles here. Other stuff, we'll see what happens next. I won't ruin it for you guys. Plus I'm probably going to take a different path than the last time I went through this, last couple times, so I cannot even tell you for sure what's going to happen after this. Now, I actually forced power down the computer before. I'm glad that it didn't corrupt the Pop-Up Dungeon campaign or something. We could have lost all the progress. I was trying to, if the computer doesn't work, power it down, power it up again.
Captain someday.
Do need a little WASD. Thankfully, I have played so many games over the years, even if I'm not looking at the keyboard. Sort of manage here. Sorta. I'm a little less coordinated than I'd like to be. This is hurting my neck a little, the angle. Maybe if yeah, that's a little better. Though I can't see as much of the screen now. Move the laptop closer to in front of the monitor. Oh, if I do that, I'll shut the lid and I'll go into sleep. Alright. It's kind of awkward. Definitely have to get a Black Friday deal on a new laptop. If anyone knows any good ones, point them out in the comments.
And for my next trick,
not gonna be spending tons of money, but I clearly need to get a new laptop, and I should probably get an upgrade. This is a very low-end one. What is this? What are these things doing here? Get bored while we're playing in the holograph? Looks like a pretty unlikely boarding party. Yep. I don't know about that. I faced one of these earlier. Or one of the enemies is normal. But a bear? This thing has high armor penetration, which means it will actually do the damage listed. I think I explained armor penetration is well, it has power to get through defenses, so if you have very high power relative to enemy defenses, most of your damage will get past. And if you have very high defenses relative to enemy power, not much, well, armor penetration will drastically shift this equation and allow much lower ratios of power defense to do full damage or very close to it. It's absolutely critical for higher level fights. If anyone's ever tried cranking up the difficulty of this game and finding it massacred because they can't do any damage, it's usually because you don't have any armor penetration, which is mostly unnecessary on low difficulty levels, but critical at this one's, and it makes enemies who have high armor penetration like this one devastating. He can also heal himself, and this is his non-aggro version. It's worth noting, transforms have their own HP, which you have to deplete before you can do damage back to the base form. Kind of similar to D&D rules. If you play D&D, if you polymorph something, for instance, the new polymorph form will take damage before the real form, which can be used to good or bad effect. Make something with very low defenses. So you may have a much higher chance of hitting against a mouse or a goldfish than a dragon that's been polymorphed into such, for instance. Passing swipe will interrupt movement because a moment that the character's on the path they had plotted out, although you can just set movement to go only just into its range and it'll interrupt what was already finished, so there's ways to plan for that, at least. Not the easiest boarding party to defeat. This is probably the least dangerous because it's vulnerable against light and it does fire, which I have a fire mage. It's not to say it's nothing, and oh gosh, I think I've seen this before. And if healer receive, that means that my healer can actually damage him with their heals if I really want. And she has a pretty powerful heal, so I think it's a way to just anyone in my party can deal with him. But very high armor pen. A flaming poison. It's like damage over time, and if it manages to use stealth, which you can, has this plus that, so you can actually do it a couple times. Can confuse in party, so he's probably the first one I want to deal with. Now none of them have any obvious positional weaknesses, like getting behind them, that I saw. Bear's a little weak against energy, it's worth noting. Legionnaire too, but the some of my party members are weak at dealing damage from behind. It's worth noting. So I'm rearranging so that you probably can't see what, but everything's all a different position on this gigantic screen, which I think has a different, I know has different native resolution than my laptop.
Yeah.
He might not be
See where this lunch break takes us.
till the end of the turn order, but he can still use this ability before his turn, so want him up in the front.
When's lunch?
Okay, got my healer at the beginning of the turn. She can buff people.
I will.
He's never reacted. Chance of stunning. Does elemental, but also is weak against elemental. Some of the people who hopefully I'll be doing multiplayer game with.
Hope I make a good first impression.
Maybe someday I'll be able to record that game for you guys. We'll see. Gotta get people's permission, and right now I'm just trying to get the hang of this. I've been talking with them,
Time to put my training to the test.
but maybe canceling an upcoming multiplayer session because of what happened with my laptop, but I might be able to manage it. I'm getting a little bit of a weird kink in my arm from doing this. If I adjust things well, I might be able to get used to it. I just can't see the bottom left corner of my screen because my laptop keeps obscuring it. Which is where the start battle button is for those of you who wonder if it takes me a moment to find it later.
Just a merchant, honest.
Alright, I can see the corner of it now though. The corner of the button, just enough. Alright.
Oh gee, what customers always right.
These are in cooldown. He's got one laser shot off cooldown. And you can set for stun. Okay. Oh, he has a back shot. He'll probably take that. I mean, I have deficient bat power, but this has much higher base damage than this. Yeah. 57 to 70%. Well, maybe not. The low back power. But it uses less IP than his laser shot anyway, is one off cooldown. I have to put this guy where he can reach him for, I would say my previous campaign for this, but it's still on cooldown, so. Did I upgrade this to 2 uses? Or was it always 2? Oh well. Try and deal with this. Then James can take some shots at 3B. Ricky, if I kill quick enough. You know,
There's my hat.
Oh, time to exceed expectations.
so X needs a clear
Looking
pathway.
to unload some guns.
Get in there, maybe shoot the iPad. Okay. She can buff these two.
Who needs saving?
Sanctified Belly is off cooldown, I can see. So that's just crit chance and aim. So she probably gives that to Ricky. Doesn't even, his aim is not as good by default, and crit chance he already hits harder. So,
I'm not used to all this darkness.
let's see.
Let's make this quick.
Trying to block her off so that once X moves forward, there's less chances, especially if he goes here and then dodges back. There's less chance of some enemy being able to maneuver around and reach her somehow with the bellies. She can heal, and she can
Yokoso.
Also, dazed people attack her. So, there's that. Of course. She has a heal too.
These elven arms have
Put her
saved much
heal
suffering.
so Brock can be healed up by Goya. Alright, let's go. Setup takes too long.
Will not rise.
Sorry, if I was doing more editing, I'd probably fast forward that for you guys. I know that's kind of boring. This is a slower moving game in general, though. Alright. Now, because of his guard on ability, Brock is more likely to die than Ricky, even.
I sentence you to more life.
So,
I'm gonna be
boom.
captain someday.
Use this first for a few reasons, including gives him some haste.
Taste the training.
The shadows gather.
Yeah, it's hard. Could just stun him. It's probably better to clear away. I wonder if I could have one hit shot it with the back shot and then, oh well.
Long have I watched, man.
Should have checked the other option first. As this is useless as it is. These are more useful for clearing terrain with him than anything. But maybe at some point I'll swap him into a different character if something changes. Unlikely.
Our dragon's breath.
What, you allergic to work or something?
Life Siphon heals him up, and how much damage over time is it taking? About 120. So if I can get it down, that should leave it dead. Oh no. Oh, 180. Won't quite die in one turn. Oh well. I can't really see that. There we go.
Slinging guns is my business.
Just does force more open posture. It's not entirely bad, I guess. Alright. It's trying better to
Deal with.
sit back properly and not hunch over a laptop. That'll finish it off. There's enough Game Blast available. That can do pretty good damage against that.
Oh, let's.
Takes Fury AP in this, which gives him mobility and speed, so he can help in the long run, but he has to do more damage before he can use it again.
Dust you!
Problem is he's facing diagonally, so now he has to. He can move or reorient himself once without losing his AP, so voila.
Time for some explosive action.
Brock is in the rear, guarding people if they get hit. X shouldn't probably get hit unless he's dodged back a couple times, so All he has to do is sit here and save AP up. Alright. Can't give him a Forge Born or else he won't have any AP to guard. Otherwise.
Dying or dying?
Gets out of the way of that bear swipe. I think the bear hit him again. Oh, its other bellies were all on cooldown. Well, that's just... Oh, geez, it didn't actually have any other offensive bellies. Oh well. Here, Brock up. Come all the way up to the full. It's to clear a path for itself. They're not dumb. It's trying to kill my supporting character.
Got a price. I just advertised.
To battle! Oh,
It's because he's a mercenary.
why? Who keeps moving my coat on the brakes there, Sanic?
Tried to move in.
よろしくお願いします。
So that thing about everyone has a price. I just advertised that character is a mercenary in the Sweetwater campaign. Or at least he's the basis for the mercenary you can hire. Recruit, you don't have to pay him if you beat him in a mushroom eating contest. But so he has that text for if you're using him that way. Though there's also an enemy which at the legendary rank is called Legionnaire. Has other names at war tiers, but this is a legendary tier. It's based on the same model, they just reused the asset. And I don't know. It's just a mercenary is the point. But Max is wounded. I guess might as well heal him up. May look like he got hurt. That's just his health bar expand, but max health. But he heals over time now, so he'll be up to full in 1 turn. 2. No, he won't get there quite in a turn, but he'll get almost to full. You can manipulate growing and shrinking the health bar for various purposes, like there can be heals. Also lower the target's max HP, so you don't have to heal as much to get to full. And then, you know, your ally is vulnerable for a turn, but afterwards they heal up for less, you know, AP or whatever that would have cost otherwise. Whereas if the battle ended here, he'd be considered actually to have been wounded down to this level. It would be worse. Alright. She can do this to the bear if I really wanted to trigger its form shift. Could be useful if it's something with very low defense that can just massively hurt, but could revive the supporting NPC. Except there's no room to do it, so she can't actually. Sacred Protection or Blessed Essence. This can be done to characters she can't see, like X here. She can't do it through, even green abilities that don't require light, so it still can't add through walls, so she can't reach James there, who would have liked to have given this to. Just give speed though and cost a... Give it to Brock because he'll be healing. Last for a turn.
Feel free to die. I'll resurrect you.
Did those in the wrong order. Should have done anything that boosts heal and receive before the
Time
heal.
to exceed expectations.
Oh well. I think it still boosts the healing over time. Just yeah, it did. Just not the initial heal. So it was actually pretty much the same thing in this case. Order of operations of the abilities.
YOLO.
Long have I watched man.
This is weakened but not dead yet. X to just dodge back with the Kodiak Bear, so because he's shooting at the Legionnaire. So he can finish this guy off. Even though it's weak to fire. I think he can. Give it a shot.
By the flames of Pt2.
Oh yeah, it'll do a transform. It's because they all have form shift they got. Thing for this battle. It's now a bear and no longer is it protected against fire damage. I want to first do this to maximize the overflow though.
By dragon's breath.
The may think it's 100% kill, but that's just for that form, not for the overflow. So I wanted to be sure. I couldn't remember how much HP I had left. Overflow can do weird things with defenses.
Honest.
Alright, here comes the Kodiak Bear. If I do this, this should increase his chances of killing it outright.
Deal.
Up to 86%. I don't want it to form shift into something that might be worse, so
Skin it to win.
dispel that ability for a turn.
Try a free sip.
Actually, I think kill ignores form shift reactives and stuff. Oh well. Doesn't matter. It's gone. Winning is winning.
Let's move some merch. All right, it's my turn now.
Yes, it is. I'm just gonna keep powering up and waiting. Should say, yeah, it's all round 2, so it's not like he's been doing it that long. I can do this. Be useful because if he guards and this guy gets hit hard. he'll take the damage instead and we'll just hit his shield. Alright. Goliath can congeal. Because it should take shape and make it a separate health bar, but she still has that one under it. Attack spell doesn't have self-heals. The defensive does. And there's a 50% chance of each outcome. I may have her slap Brock around a little for power-ups instead of trying to chase all the terrain around. Okay. And I don't think you can steal power from the terrain. This may marginally decrease just a future shields he stacks on, but grab all of this power. The stability makes him a little more vulnerable to AP slap too. I'm not going to bother doing it more than once, but weaken that shield he built up a little. Steal some AP. Can't steal past 0. This doesn't leave him enough to guard, admittedly, but wanted to make sure she got at least one of those. Use the terrain for the other. How many shield does he have left? Oh, plenty. Plus he's not going to be guarding for X, probably anyways. Unless this thing attacks after the turns have rolled over, which... No, it shouldn't. Not unless it decreases its initiative by 10 or something weird. Alright. His shield doesn't renew till his turn, but I doubt he'll take more than 1236. Could grab a little power from... Nope, she's got nothing to steal. Attack Squell is... This form she gets 11 per round. Yeah, she's fine.
I'm not being paid to stand around. Time to make news.
He's probably gonna kill Brock. I mean James. Figured that would happen. So there's a bear trap there, which would trigger.
Satisfaction guaranteed. They shouldn't take
Just close on trap. Ooh.
I was the most human.
Rough, man.
It's your yen.
2 party members down. Brock will be able to guard for people again soon, so... Brock. It was massively effective because he has so much built up healing received bonuses.
The darkness will not rise.
He's got AP again. Get there and do a little damage.
Come with me.
Good thing you hired me.
Accordingly, the reduced aim makes... What is this? Some kind of celestial. Amaterasu. Gives an ability, I have no idea what that is. This is in Japanese. Give Kagami. All these give abilities, I have no idea what they do. One spirit damage, heal and or form duration. This could be deadly or these abilities could be important, I have no idea. This is a celestial. You can see weaknesses if you hover over. Should be weak against dark. Not that I have any dark. And earth. It's a specific build. So Brock could hit her hard. His Smith Strike. Not have to step in the trap. Was it he? No, it was a she because of the transform. Alright.
Number 1 in customers.
Magically turning into a woman. Okay. Oh, well, that'll
Dust you.
kill the new form, probably. And overflow kill him. It's over.
Yeah, you can call me a sage.
Might have been unnecessary. Might have been useful. I don't know if the abilities they gave were things that might kill my party or not. I wasn't gonna take odds, chances. Just to revive
So
people
I'm
down.
looking for this. So this is the fat loot everyone was
It
telling
only
me
goes in
about.
the secondary slot anyways. This will allow him to light people on fire to set up James for his ability to just fan flames. Well, lower his fire defense, so if James gets confused and attacks him, he'll be in a worse spot though. But the elemental power buffs his. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Game knows correctly what's a better item in this
I had
case.
one of those in a holograph adventure once. Would it be possible if I could maybe have that?
Neither of these are active because they have two-handed primary weapons, but if I later swap the two-handed for one-handed if I find a good drop. So it's good to think of which are better, just in case, because you do get drops of one-handed weapons that are pretty good sometimes. In the Halloween campaign where you don't have the ability to make your equipment not degrade unless you take a charm for that, I've definitely played around with as my main initial equipment degrades, swapping in some one-hand stuff I found. Some of it's substantially better than the starting equipment when it degrades to very low quality. Everything degrades over time if you're not a Centurion like I am. Speed and physical power are mostly useless attack shot, though it will disable enemies. But has multiple uses and it can disable enemies. Speed's probably good at his current meager 7 speed. For now. You know, this is space. Why are you using daggers when there's guns? Trust the game knows its recommendations. They're pretty even. You can see it was not that big of a. It was like 1-up arrow. Since I could have stuck with the original stuff, it wouldn't have been terrible. That was an odd fight indeed. Yep. Now you're asking the right question. Correct.
I am totally a veteran now.
Let's see what we got as a reward for winning.
Could use a new start to lean upon.
Armor pen. Brock's got particularly little. He is my tankiest character. It's often good to give attack power to really hard to kill characters. If they're not, makes them more of a threat, that means more likely to prioritize them. So if you're trying to use a mistake, hit tank anyways. If the enemy doesn't prioritize them, well...
Hey, it's my birthday!
Anyways, well... it'll be hard to kill with like area of effect abilities that hurt your own team. East. I find the healer's abilities are too often cooldowns, so I'll give it to her. Oh yeah.
Keep it safe.
Ability you can actually use rather than this gumball nonsense. This can actually clear large amounts of terrain. Being said, this hits harder, and enemies will try and avoid traps even if they're not very dangerous. 15% mobility is not nothing. Might occasionally do a little to enemies with low stability. Since that's what protects against things that reduce your mobility, I'll replace this. This is a self-heal that reduces max HP. I talked about the combination before. For a turn, you may not be much better off, but after the reduction of max health expires, he'll be way better off. For instance, because it effectively does more healing after that time is up.
Nice contraband. Hey, it's my birthday! We'll put some mileage on that and upsell it to a Centurion.
Replace this silly blade dance ability for the chop. Yeah, minor upgrade over the chop. This is for if someone gets behind him. He has a tail now. Replace the guard ability, but that's actually pretty good on a tank. Back shot is... yeah, let's get rid of this blade dance. 2 lines of attack. They each have to go through defense, which means they do very, very, very little damage on average. And this is way more AP efficient anyhow.
More firepower.
Yeah.
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
No. What is it? Probably because he's weak with air or something? No. He's actually decent with elemental, so we'll guard is an air ability. Nope. It's not always correct in the ability recommendations, it's more often with the equipment than the abilities. The game has a harder time understanding how abilities interact and roles. The wall ahead of you suddenly splits open. It's a doorway into a dark room that's definitely not a part of the adjutant's blueprints. A hooded figure broods in the middle of the chamber, illuminated by the light of its own eyes. You're dead right, I'm angry. Fun? You're fire and hijack my ship. Now you won't let me out of this simulation. How are you so certain this isn't reality? Let's see, I'm talking to what looks like a bodybuilding Jawa, standing in utter darkness in a room of my ship that doesn't exist. And I'm pretty sure this isn't air I'm breathing. Still not buying it. Fox deepness there, the reality fantasy distinction, yeah. It's because you're playing games, so. Look, if you're gonna start spin truce, how about you start with your name? So you earned it. My name is Julius Mavenbolt. That's the least horse-slick thing I've heard yet. Knew that was coming. Actually, is his name. Anyway, I didn't come to teach, I came to play. Since I'm a generous space gem, we even let you choose which media campaign you'd like to embark upon. Choose the path of conflict, the path of puzzles, or we could just play a game of D&D. Dice and decisions. Which will be. Choose on one condition. You leave me alone afterwards. Agreed. For a while, at least. I don't know. These fights must be getting boring to you guys. I'm probably gonna regret this. Fights are probably easiest. I know how to do those, and I've done the dice and decisions one multiple times. Let's see what happens when I choose puzzles. So the easy one. 3 strips of cloth. I'm going to test around your eyes and put you in a room with 2 of your intellectual peers, who are also blindfolded. There. Now you're blindfolded, so take my hand and follow me into this room. Now all 3 of you have been blindfolded. When I say go, I remove 1, 2, 3. Or none of the blindfolds. First correctly, to answer correctly how many blindfolds have been removed wins. So remove them all. You're in a dark room. Okay, remove all blindfolds. I assumed it was a dark room. I thought you put me in a dark room. Guess I should have expected that one was straightforward because it's supposed to be easy. I'm sorry, what? That has room for just one other passenger. Before that agent becomes a tiny nebula, you must ferry a squell, a meal, and a crate of momish salted dune meat. Ugh, gross. To a nearby crater. Unsupervised, the momit will eat the salted meat, and the squell will digest the momil. Thankfully, the meat is so salty it would crystallize the squell. I've tried to use, so you don't need to worry about that. You'll have enough time to make 7 trips. How can you get them all across safely? I would think you would just transport across something that would break the chain. The momil's in the middle of it. So first do the momil, then come back and do the or are you person here? Anyways, first the momil. I guess you can't bring anything back in the pod. Then bring back in the squell and the meat. No? Ew, gross. Yeah, probably. Grab the momil first. Or do I have to pick 2? I don't... It's not clear what the rules are. Am I picking 2 things for the first trip? Do I have to pick 2 things? I don't know. Can I just send them a meal on its own? Go back on my own, obviously. Oh, I see. I can only pick shoe. Alright, I messed this up. Okay. I have to bring back the meal now. Don't bring the food. The rat's back. Alright, now we don't have to worry about the skull and the meat together, so go back solo. And now finally save the meal. I really would love to let the rat burn, but yeah, let's do this. Would have been easier if I knew clearly what the rules were ahead of time, ask clarifying questions, but alright. A lot of blue milk for the next puzzle. Oh god. Just give me a minute. History with this beverage. We gentlemen has ordered exactly 3 shots of blue milk. 5 and 9, Chuck. Assume I would fill the 9, pour into the 5, empty out the 5. Now I have 4. And that, shoot. Oh god. Can I just cancel this? This is actually not so hard. This is like the rock problem. I probably know what to talk about, but I'm just long COVID. I can't think clearly usually. This is probably the wrong mistake, the wrong choice. I thought it'd be more interesting for you, the audience. Can I just fail it and go back? I guess I could. It'll make me do one of the other 2, but combat's the same old. The D&D one's actually interesting to you guys as well. I've just seen it before. Could fill 5, pour in 9, do it the same again. Then I have 1. Can I give him 1 shot time? Do I? No, probably not. I think it may be safer trying to intentionally fail this. Than trying to win and then get an even harder one. had a big audience, if I was live on Twitch or something right now, I suppose I could ask people for advice. This isn't even that hard. Just my intellectual capabilities are not what they were when I was healthy. Because long COVID is diseasable. The brain and the rest of the body is into cognitive effects, non-cognitive. I don't want to lose this, but oh. Get down to just 1 and the 5, then pour off, there'll be 6. And pour off again, there'll be 2 left. Ah, I have a solution. If it'll let me do it enough times. Bulb's filling the small cup up. Ridiculous. It's probably not the quickest. Yeah, I get that. Fill the small again. Just when I was about to give up. Yep. Where is it? Fill. No, I don't want to fill the 9. I want to fill the small. I mean, not the small. Can't top it off? Oh, what am I saying? It was... Can I empty the big? To fill it all the way to empty it. Isn't it? I emptied the big. Oh. Okay, it's got 1 in it. I want to fill the small up. Top it off. That would undo everything, wouldn't it? Oh, I want to... See, I'm already forgetting my solution. There we go. Now fill the small again. Pour into the big again. Yeah. Fill the small again. Pour it into the big. Again. Right, and empty the big. Yep, do this. Fill, empty, fill, empty. You'll see. No? What? No, I got close to the solution. Empty. Now fill the small and empty it one more time. Here we go. Don't start with me. Of him. Yep. Seeing green? You should be fine in a few months. 2 jars of Skwellibeans. One is labeled rust, the other styrofoam. Not for eating. It's It's persistive. Let's see. Let's go this other way. They're exactly 300 Skwellibeans each jar. The styrofoam contains always styrofoam flavored and the rest dissolved. Those are disgusting flavors. I'll scoop 15 styrofoam, pour them in the rest. Okay. Okay. Any combination. It's most likely a mix. Heavily weighted towards the rest. Scoop Skwellibeans in the styrofoam jar and pour them into the. Scooping around one in. Let me get this right. He's just taking random sample from each one, each time. This is just going to equalize the differences. Get closer and closer on average. Depending on the proportions, it could be that there's more than unexpected. And the more times you do it, the closer they were to 50-50, the closer you could swing it. But there should be more rust. He's asking, are there more rust flavor than the styrofoam, or more styrofoam flavored? So which has the more minority share? He started with the styrofoam flavor. So each time. Yeah, it's going to be weighting it slightly more towards introducing styrofoam than the rest. There should be more styrofoam flavored than the rest, on average. But it is impossible. No, it could be either based on there's an element of randomness. It's impossible. No. The odds are very heavily towards there being more styrofoam flavor than the rest, but it is actually impossible. Odds say there's like a 1 in 10 to the whatever chance that it's actually not what you expect. I do this if you should ever run into this problem and ask yourself. Non-consensual. Right. Then say some things. Yeah. Center. Level of magnification smaller than the quantum. Cranium plant that lets you control a lot of physics battle with the amount of surprise. I think whoever designed that puzzle was non-equipped with a basic knowledge of statistics. I would have had to count the number of times sampled, actually. What am I saying? Even if it was 100%. Well, no, because there was a tiny chance of, like, the styrofoam beams he introduced being brought back entirely each and every time. Infinitesimally small, but that would have also meant that but each time grabbing rust, so even though there should have been more styrofoam in the rest than the rest of the styrofoam, it could be the other way. Mathematically, you can't know for sure. So, but if I'd done the other one and beat it, I get a reward. Here, either the person who did that didn't know a sampling worked or assumed I was supposed to give the answer of what's more true on average. Anyways, I would have gotten a reward for doing one of the others and beating it, but not that, I guess. Anyhow. Unless I'm missing something obvious, but... gosh. Well, that annoys me. It annoys me very much. Like, the blindfolds could have put you in a darkened room, which is, I assume, what he did. And with this, could have taken him back. Each time, there's an infinitesimally small chance he made no change because he just did what he did each time. In which case they could be exactly equal. There is no way to know. Or there could have been... he introduced, say, 12 styrofoam, he took 11 back on, you know, the very tiny chance. 12 styrofoam back. Should actually be exactly the same, shouldn't they? Always. Because every beam removed. Well, no, because you could have, like, introduced 12 styrofoam and then taken back 7. And they could be exactly equal, although it's incredibly likely there could be more styrofoam rust. It can't be the other way around. I guess the point being, you can't know for sure. This is wrong, just annoys me. Alright, well, anyhow. That was a pain. I don't need to beat it. If I ever do that again, I'll try out the combat, I guess, or show you folks the D&D, if you will. Maybe do some new rolls that time around. I didn't get a reward, but I didn't get punished for it, so there's that. Now if you go and look at the nav computer, it won't let you do it until you get 4 molecules of dural, but then there'll be the coordinates that he entered. There's all these random things. The asteroid system, Japan-like system, the xenomorph system, the nebula. This is a good place to call it. I've shown off the puzzle choice there. The combat probably would have just been a bunch of fights. Maybe they would have been interesting. I saved it in because it was kind of painful not being able to, doing all those, although not different what I was really doing before, except that I had no choice about King Railroad, so that's an interesting question. Maybe I should have loaded the checkpoint them all over, but I want to keep progressing. Get this run done, then I'll maybe go back and do it again and see the other one someday. So this is Northstar signing off. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Probably do a quick sim fight to train my party up just a little more, and then I'm probably going to crank it up to Galaxy Brain and proceed after a fight, or maybe two. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Farewell until next time.